Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. We have battled on through the weekend of all the macroeconomic data, what's been cracking on out here. Actually, friends, is literally everyone is in zombie mode out here, and we're trying to traverse this bull market. Apparently, it's a bull market out here because BTC has been going up only, but nothing else has been going up only. So, BTC is sitting at 114,000 American dollars. We now have a tiny bit of support that we have at least confirmed for the day. We don't know if this thing is going to hold. Hopefully this holds. If this does hold, we're sitting around here, right? If this holds up, maybe we grind on through August and September, and we're going to do some up only. We're going to just pop up only at some point. It's going to look like that maybe on the chart. But, you know, even if I do that, you're like, hey, this is like the end of the month. It still takes like 3 or 4 weeks. Could like feel on forever. So we'll see how we go in that department. Also, friends, on a topic of going up only and stuff out here, there are some, let's say, them certain friends, some KOLs, some people out here. I saw some of you asking, actually, I'm not going to use it anyway. I saw some of you ask Ivan, right? Hey, what's going on with this cycle, man? It's been pretty tough. Some of you said that. And Ivan said, I don't like, he's kind of hard, he kind of like maybe only agreed 5%. And he said, he goes, you know what? It actually hasn't, man. He goes, it's been all right. He goes, why it's been tough? And what he did is he got the Bitcoin chart out. He goes, why has this been tough? You just gone up only. And he goes, oh, I guess if it's been tough for you, then it's because you've held the wrong coins. And then I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, you know, out of 500 altcoins, literally only 2 have held up. And by the way, it's only BNB out of the 2. The other one you want to count is Solana. But right now, I mean, SOL-btc is going down. I mean, you want to talk about hold up? This is just pretty something interesting to look at. This is the SOL-btc ratio. Okay, this is it. So SOL, but by the way, friends, they're still, everyone in SOL, they think, don't worry, this thing's like, it's meant to go up right now and just break the highs. This thing has been sinking ever since Bangers up here said, you're too poor to stay at the Solana girl's house. So Solana, let's just mark it from here, is still down 67% from many years ago. This is the 2021 high, right? But then it got to talking about, it wasn't actually the altcoins. Because I'm like, well, that's strange. Like, what do you mean? Like, all the altcoins pretty much wrecked. Solana dominance, friends, it went from 0.5% up to like 3%. And now it's like retraced it as well. And if you're curious, right? If you're curious, friends, if people are in a coin and they go, oh, everyone here's making money, don't take their word for it. Go look at it yourself. Okay? What I'll do is I'll play some Pumpy G music for you to inspire the next generation of green candle believers. So, you go and you look at the dominance chart. See this? You type in like sol.d. I know everybody here loves the D. Yes? D for Domino's Pizza. So you look at the dominance. And what you can do is you look at the percentage. See, soy, friends, used to be 0.7% dominance. Now it's about 2.3%. So pretty much when everyone says, oh, everyone's making money on soy, no, dude, of the whole industry, about 1.5% gain. 1.5%. That's it. So you used to be 0.7 and you got back to like 1.5. Okay, you peaked at 3.5. You're losing already, by the way. You're back to around 2.5. So that is just showing you out of literally a whole percentage, just 2%, man. 2%. Now, you might also think about something. Well, I remember also, it's not just Ivan, other people, but in that stream particularly, one of you baby dolls, you said, hey man, this it's been really tough. And then like Ivan says, you got to change your portfolio then. You know, and I was like, dude, that is extremely dangerous financial advice. You've held for that. I don't know who this person was asking. It could have been like a Solana trencher. You know what I mean? They could be buying toe jam coins off the LA Vape Cabal. You know, they could have been buying all the wrong things. They could have. However, it was I literally got just a bout of terror. I'm thinking, no. You've held for 4 years. You've waited all this time and now you think it's a good idea to go into the safe portfolio, oh my gosh, you are going to, you literally, I'll just be careful. I'm telling you, you're going to choke out somebody with your bare hands. So friends, this is the thing, right? It depends on your matter of perspective. You want to get rich, so everyone wants the coin to go up, okay? But like to look at this and go, you know what, Bitcoin, you've gone up only, and altcoins haven't moved in 4.5 years. Because obviously this person doesn't understand any macro, anything. That's why you're probably not even one of my watchers. Probably not a subscriber of your friend Sommi for highest value content in crypto. See what, friends, this is the saddest part. He was actually recommended, bro. This thing is down. It's down 75%. This is OTHERS-btc. You have round tripped back to May 2017. That's how cheap and low you are, okay? You've gone so cheap and so low for so long. Like, it is, friends, I can't use the S word. You know, it rhymes with suicide. Yes, to like take your own existence. You will, I'm not exaggerating, okay? You want to do self-harm. You will, if you do that, and then this ends up being the bottom, okay? And you just got to wait. And everything actually is cheap. Because you would have sold everything at a ginormous, enormous, huge Bitcoin value loss. And the only time you're going to get back in, you're not, that's what you think. Well, you think the market's going to go like this and then go sideways for like 3 to 5 years for you to get back in and go, oh, it's going to be bullish and then you're going to make money. No. Okay, he doesn't do that. Look what it did last time. Just starts going up. Okay? So it starts going up like here, and now you got to get in. All right? And by the way, just to show you, you want to know what distance that is? That is 2.6x higher on your Bitcoin. The average altcoin, you'll be up 5x higher, which means, you know, if you're buying something up 5x higher, whatever money you were going to make, you literally got to divide it by 5 now. So if you had $1 million portfolio, yeah, now it's 200,000. Yeah, because you've sliced your gains by 5. You can't get your same quantity of coins left, right? So that's why, friends, obviously I'm looking at this, but I'm thinking, hopefully it's one of those like intergalactic, bottom signal number 28,000 that we've seen. But I wanted to show you that as well. Like that is, man, I couldn't believe what I was actually hearing. I was like, whoa, man. You want to, like, man, I know what everyone feels like. I know you wish that it sucks that you've gone through the pain in the past, okay? But you're not dealing with another cycle now, okay? We're still moving towards it. Man, I can't tell you, this is, please just mark this off. You know what? If you want to screw yourself up, go do it, dude. Okay, go do it. I'm trying to help you. All right. I don't care if people listen, but I literally don't care. I'm just saying, not only are you maybe going to get wrecked, you're going to get wrecked beyond imagination. I guarantee that I'm going to hear a coin fashion direct of someone saying, oh, well, I listened to this KOL. They're going to name their name. And they go, oh, basically told me to get into this portfolio that was safe. And I did it right before that alt season started moving. So, friends, to get in what you call safe, you are buying into Bitcoin at the 4 years up only, bro. 4 years. You've been going up only. Do you know how dangerous that is? My gosh, man. You've been, that's, look at this, friends. Okay, what type of person are you? Are you a yellow box person or are you a red arrow person? Okay, I'm red arrow. I know eventually the chickens are going to come home to roost and we're all going to be eating Domino's pizza together. I know eventually. I don't know if it's tomorrow or next month. I don't know when the business cycle is going to pop up. I know I'm just a red arrow girl. That's it. If you're a little yellow box guy, okay, good luck. All right. All I'm saying is good luck. You're gonna need a lot of luck, and you better start praying as well. So even though it feels bad, yeah, it feels bad. And that's why, friends, you see, I never say, oh, we're definitely going up. Like, it's got to go up. I've always said to you, look, here's a fractal. I hope it works out. But if it doesn't, whatever, I'm going to keep holding. I've said that to you every day. That's just my attitude, man. My attitude, I've seen it markets do absolutely everything, friends. I've held through the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. Not just crypto, man. TradFi stuff, big blowouts and everything, okay? I've seen spreads just compress, diverge, everything, okay? I've seen everything. I always have a fear of the market. Always. Okay, I never ever say, oh, it's definitely going to move next, okay? Because mastering the price and the time dimension, it's impossible together, friends, okay? Mastering the price dimension is hard enough. Pretty much trying to identify what a cheap price is, what expensive price is. That is hard enough. You know what I mean? You get like, 1 to 5% win rate for most people long term. Just the price. Then you throw in time, you're finished. Okay, it's pretty much you're fluking it. Okay, and you don't ever want to wear yourself out. That's the most critical thing when it comes to this. Now, we're moving along the cycle, and I've got to remind you as well. So moving along the cycle, but business PMI is still down here, bro. It is still down and down and down here, right? See what this friend, you understand how dangerous that is if you want to quit on something now. So like, look, man, you can't, man, look, some people just don't get it, friends. I know they don't get it. They'll never get it. But I think this is the most important, the key takeaway of these is like, but look, if you're, I know, we're all human, okay? We're all human. When things go bad, you want answers. We all want answers, yeah. You want someone to come out, like either fatherly or elderly, a leader figure to tell you, this is what you should do. No. Oh, here are some instructions out here. I get it. We all want that. But I'll just tell you right now, man, if you seek that in the marketplace, okay, you are going to get destroyed. Okay, you are food. You are the yield. Okay, people constantly seeking answers. Have you noticed how people who are always doing the leverage trading, I have the answer here for you. Do this. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that people always like selling that junk or like, oh, come and learn the Solana trenches. You're gonna make so much money. Here, join my Discord. I'm definitely not front running you. Wink, wink. There's so much edge here, even though only 2.5 people can buy into this meme coin before it basically gets dumped on, and there's 60,000 of you trying to climb in, and you're subscribing to me weekly. So you know what I mean? Like, not everyone's gonna get it, friends. That's just how life goes. But I can unequivocally and undeniably tell you that selling. So, friends, as we know, this is the most important part, right? This is Sommi's guiding forces of crypto. Okay, and I have 2 fart emojis here because they are very, very powerful farts. Altcoins follow the business cycle. Yes, the business cycle is the worst in 150 years. It's never been above 52. It still stayed below here, right here. Yeah, I've even told you, okay, technically the worst in history was in this 1980 that we have, I can see on this data, and it went for 42 months, okay? So if we want to go to 42 months, but until it ticks up back above and it's ready to go, it's March next year. You really want to go that long? It's March next year, okay? But it was, I mean, look how bad it is. It's been since month 12 from last cycle. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the thing. It depends how you look at it, okay? See October 2023, not 2024, 2023, okay? If you were unallocated to altcoins after October 2023, you're taking a risk, pretty much. You're pretty much saying this time is different, okay? And guess what? This time was different, wasn't it? It was like really, really, really harsh. However, the type of person to make that strategic move, they are going to get destroyed. Okay, they're going to get destroyed. Pretty much, you've walked into a casino and it's been black. Let's say it rolled black on the roulette wheel 13 times. And then you're like, you know what? It's going to get, we're going to hit 14 times in a row. I'm going to bet on black. And then you bet on it again, black again, 16 times. Yeah, and then you get it. You see what I mean? That's what we're looking at. Now, in a very family-friendly way, I'm going to show you, actually, let's look at SOL-eth ratio. Actually continues to tick down, still down. This is SOL-eth ratio coming down here. Well, it's actually almost outside. Actually is outside the circle. So, see, Ethereum weak, SOL-eth goes down. Everything else stalls. Altcoins go weak, this thing goes down. It's like everything that you're seeing in the price action, this thing's just going down. And why is that? It's because you just run out of buyers, man. There's no new buyers coming in. You even see the friends, there's these trenches. The daily active users, they finally hit like a peak of like 150,000. I'm not sure what it is right now, but that's what you need in the game. If you're not growing, right, you start bleeding out, because as you grow, right, there's always people distributing and they're like gobbling everything up, but you don't know if it's going to be followed with a wave of more people. That's obviously the hardest thing to traverse in all of these. Now, what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to show you some macro charts. This is the S&P 500. This is what we're dealing with, friends, as we open up for the week out here. I don't know how low it's going to go. I think Uncle Bobby said something like maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, maybe that, and going up. I don't know. We'll see. We're due for some sort of little bit of a reset. Everyone's talking about these fake jobs and data and everything out here, all outside of our control. I might cover this. I'll cover this yummy update, but I'm just going to tell you what it is, friends, because you're here for juicy news, okay? You see the global M2 liquidity fractal here? Okay, I've got some, okay. I know there's special stuff with M2 correlation and stuff out here, but this lady is Natalie Brunell. Okay, Natalie. Now, she's a Bitcoin maxi. And do you see here, friends? See this Fox News thing? Okay. I hate to say this, man. She just went on Fox News and the whole interview was her talking about how easy Bitcoin is because it's following global M2 fractal. Yeah. Yeah, the chart. I'll play for the chart. Then love it. But she went on, and I'm like, oh crap! Something's gonna break? Yeah, something's gonna shatter here. But it makes me wonder, like, oh, because everyone knows about it. What happens is just I just don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. You're going on TV. You only got like a few minutes to talk. You don't have infinite amount of time to talk. And the thing you want to show is, oh, look at the Bitcoin. And by the way, she actually shows this chart. Yeah. She shows, oh, look at this. See how they're correlating with each other? Like, oh, it's so easy. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. So for everyone at home, why is that bad? Well, that's just how the game works. So when you see, like, there's a lady, a Bitcoin maxi, going on TV and basically yelling out to the world, oh, this thing's so easy and it works. Either you just invite a predator or it's a sign it's fully priced in now. Okay, that's what I want you to know. It's one of those two. You know, obviously it depends what type of person you are. Some people think deep dark conspiracy. Now the market maker's gonna come and destroy you. Oh, they always have that. But then you have also people like me, like, man, that doesn't. I've seen situations over the past 10 years, friends. You don't even need a market maker. It just gets priced in. Okay, there's no evil dark about it. It's just basically what does priced in mean? It means, okay, every single person who's going to buy Bitcoin, most of them, they can already see this chart. So they are long now because they can see this. Okay, they've already priced this part in. Okay, because everyone's looking at this fractal and stuff out here. But, you know, it's always worked in the past, but it's not day to day. It has like these deviations. It has about an 80% correlation. So I hope it's not a jinx, but it makes me scared because pretty much everybody who's ever gone on Fox News, friends, or their CNBC, they've cursed everything to hell. Let me tell you about one, which I still will not forget today. Carl the Moon. He came in, I think here. Carl the Moon, we had collapsed. He comes on to CNBC or Fox News or somewhere here. And I think he says Bitcoin's going to be 100. He's going straight to 100,000. Right? He said that. He's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going. He said it's going to 120,000. And I think it was as well Ian Bellina as well. And I've got tweets out there saying warning Ian Bellina, where he comes out. He goes, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to go like 120,000. And that was literally the start of the bear market, right? So, and then they were showing whatever infinite QE, money printing. It was basically everything that every talking point that every retailer had been using to basically stay long. They were just regurgitating that. So I'm hoping we don't get a repeat of that. We'll see. So is everything in macro land still working out? Yes, it is. It is still working out. We just obviously have to just keep holding on and believing. All these rates and the price of gold and the US dollar, it's all going to work itself out. This is, remember, total crypto, friends. Total crypto, I still believe it's going to 10 trillion, man. And look, it might be a Fugazi 10 trillion because you can get 10 trillion and stable coins are 2 trillion of that. Okay, so that's still, you can match that. That's 200k BTC, ETH 16k. I know that's a big number. Others is 10x, 2.6 trillion. So maybe there's some wiggle room and squeezing around that. But yeah, it does all work out. Just that's all pretty much what we're playing for. And probably one of the most important charts of all as well. Man, everything that gives you the best, highest value content in crypto. The 6-month chart of Bitcoin. This is just showing you we've been running on the longest in history so far. If we finish, so this is the 6th candle. Okay, this is candle number 6, right here. Okay, there's a 6-month candle, C6M. Right, we are on candle number 6. Whenever this is the longest period we've been running. If we finish green this year, it is still the longest period in history. And it doesn't even matter what price it is. Even if we finish $114,000, if we literally just go nowhere and we stay at this price at the end of the year, it's the longest in history. So, man, it's going to be crazy. You know, everyone's going to have to get trapped. And that's why, like, if Bitcoin, I hope it doesn't hit 200K by the end of the year. If it does, everyone's going to be saying 4-year cycle doesn't matter, ETFs, institutions. And then what I'm here to tell you is, look, we already priced in the institutions. You know, if Bitcoin hits 200K, it did not diminish that much from last cycle. You got a 3x on top of the all-time high again. Right? You actually did get a 3. If Bitcoin hits 207, you actually got another 3x on top of the all-time high. So remember in 2017, it peaked at 20K, and it went to around from 20 to 60K for the next cycle, right? In 2021. Well, our one was about, what was it? The exact top was like 69K. So if you do 69 times 3, it's 207, right? So if we got that, you know, when we say, oh, the institutions are here. Yeah, that's right. That's why we didn't diminish. And they might say, oh, no, but they hold longer. Well, guess what? We're already the longest cycle in history already at that point. Okay. But then no one just saying words like that is not going to convince people to sell or be warned of euphoria. They're going to think in their mind, no. When we think an extended cycle, we're thinking like, you know, it runs for another whole year and stuff out here. But, you know, all of that, we'll have to wait for later. Check out this chart too. This is the MicroStrategy to Bitcoin ratio. It is still hanging around here. It peaked up here in November of last year when Trump won the election. So I wonder if we're going to have one more squeeze somewhere here to get everyone out. I wonder, friends. But look, I know it's wild. It is possible it's topped out. It is possible. I mean, it's red on the weekly super trend as well. I know these things can flip though. This is extremely volatile. Remember, that's MicroStrategy against Bitcoin. And the most important thing we want to cover, remember, I've been making some juicy episodes here for you. Very, very high value content. Oh crap. MicroStrategy's NAV's dropped again. It's down to 1.445. Oh, wow. Emergency. So if you've been watching my videos, friends, I've made a couple of videos. And by the way, we did hit 5,500 videos. Wow! 5,500 videos. High value content. No fillers. None of these junk things. None of these are movie trailers. Nothing. Because there's some of the big YouTube KOL channels, that's how they make their videos. It's all like a movie, like, you know, like if you watch Altcoin Daily and stuff, they're like, pew, pew, movie trailer, something big's gonna happen, you know what I mean? None of this. It's actually high value content, right? So I've spoken here, friends, but we need to talk about the Bitcoin top. I've got Michael Saylor videos. Man, it's pretty much critical. He's a spear of the Bitcoin altcoins, and it might be the GBTC repetition, you know? So like imagine it turns out that if it repeats 2021 style, let's say this hits down to 1.00. Let's say it does hit down to 1.00. And then we have altcoins that run up for 2 months after it. Okay? OTHERS-btc is green and green. And there's like some euphoria top signals. Let's say there's some exotic top signals. I will be there every step of the way saying, wow, man, the ghost fractal of the last cycle's back. Where the Bitcoin infrastructure altcoin play went from the premium to the discount, just like GBTC. Now we have MicroStrategy's NAV. That happens. Plus, it all rotates into the altcoins. It literally happened all over again in the same things. But it hasn't happened yet. We're watching for this stuff, right? Because you got to live this day by day. So this is extremely dangerous, friends. Once it gets down to 1, why? Because it's all momentum, man. It is all momentum. Because everyone's, a lot of people will say to people, so I mean, like, it can get to 1, right? I'm like, yeah, for you and me sitting on the sidelines watching, not for everyone in there. No one says this thing can get to 1. They all say no way it can get to 1. They said they're always going to trade at a premium. And it's kind of funny. The example they use is oil companies. They say oil companies, their NAV never goes to 1 or 0 because the market always prices in that you can always find more oil. That's why they think the companies can always borrow more money. That's why it's like that. They go, oh, you can always borrow more money to go acquire more basically, yeah, more oil out there. Maybe go dig for some land and stuff out here to do it. But it's crypto, bro. You really want to equate oil to Bitcoin? Do you know what I mean? There's only one oil. You know what I mean? There's no, with Bitcoin, you might say, oh, there's only one Bitcoin. Come on, bro. We're just digital Ponzi stuff, you know? you know what I mean? And look how early we are, that we've never seen these companies go through stuff like this. See, we're talking about oil now, you know what I mean? Give Bitcoin a few cycles of this before you can definitively say what the NAV multiples are going to peak out. But they're not going to listen to that logic because they're long. And when your money's on the line, it makes it very hard for you to take an unbiased perspective like that, which is, you know, completely understandable. But hey, guess what? The market doesn't care. Speaking of the market not caring, here is the pump fund ICO. Remember, this was the last big ICO, right? $600 million raised in 10 minutes, and it's down pretty fast. Okay, like that. So remember, man, I'm waiting for that $1 billion number. And I dare I say, friends, we might not even just see one. We might see two. I don't know why. I feel like, well, when I say I don't know why, I mean, I don't know why my head is just telling me that there won't be just one. There might be two, but probably it makes sense, right? If someone raises $1 billion, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, we'll do a big one too," you know. So we might see something like that, and then I'll be like, "Look, man, like you've had 15,000 signals from the universe that this thing is, you know, dangerously heated." I want to go through some news as well, friends. So, $61 billion have been added to the total stablecoins market cap since January. That's huge. So 61 out of 260. So if you do that ratio, 60 on 260, so yeah, it's 23%. And actually from the time it started, it was 30%. That's wild. So 30% growth so far in the year. In 8 months. As the cycle goes up and more stablecoin super cycle things come up, we should even like see that accelerate. You know, if we did another 30% in the next 8 months between now and there'll be next year, April, if we did another 30%, you do 30% times 260, we would add another 80 billion. Wow. And that is just growing at that same rate. And you know, we're traversing the cycle, man. We might even double it. Might just add another like 150 billion. That'll be big. Showing a lot of growth for the industry. And when's it going to peak out, man? We don't know. We just don't know. Interesting to prices to look at there. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was 10K, right? And Ethereum was about $300. So they've gone up about 10x each, right? Most altcoins are break even or down since August 2020. You know, friends, even Chainlink hit $20 in August 2020. And right now, that piece of trash is 16. 5 years, right? Yeah, so pretty much a lot of things are poop. Most things aren't. So we're still waiting. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum both did the exact same numbers in the past 5 years, it means the ETH-BTC ratio should have been the same. And that's a quick mental check. And guess what it was? If we go back, I'll show you August 2020. Look at this, friends. The ETH-BTC ratio was actually exactly the same price 5 years ago. See that? August 2020. And here we are back here. It's actually done that. So, but you got to think, right? That's why, look, man, we pushed up here when business ISM went up. This thing obviously came back down. It's really, really poopy for now, but it's just, man, something tells me this Ethereum story's not done, man. It's just too useful for the government. Way too useful, man. There's just too many things of power they can do. With the stable coins, it's just everything out here. That's just it's their wet dream, man. There's smart contracts, all this functionality. They can do whatever they want. It just think about it from that perspective, man. You don't even have to know code or anything. You're like, okay, Ethereum is literally, friends. Ethereum is a Swiss Army knife, right? And what is Bitcoin? It's nothing. Bitcoin's just a rock, okay? You know, the Swiss Army knife. What are you gonna choose, man? It's got scissors. It's got a little butter knife for your bread. You know what I mean? Maybe it's got a little teaspoon so you can like equally, you know, allocate your sugar if you want to have tea in the morning. There's just too many useful things in a Swiss Army knife. Way too many useful. What are you going to do with the rock? You know what I mean? What can you do with the rock? Just bash someone over the head with it. Okay, but if you don't want to bash anybody with the head with it today, remember, it's all about the government, man. It is about the government. We know Rockenegger is in there. That's what we're waiting for, hopefully, to conclude this cycle. Maybe if we remember, friends, just to repeat, if I should show you what did XRP did last cycle on its third cycle curse, okay? it came back to its Bitcoin halving year ratio, right? It couldn't go above it, go sideways, then it sunk down in the next bear market. Okay, but then it popped early again. So exactly that chart, that's what XRP looks like. XRP-BTC ratio. So remember this chart, right? What I'll do, I'll show you XRP. So this is the XRP-BTC ratio. This is, here we go. You can actually see it right here. This is 2020, Bitcoin halving year. This was XRP, got attacked by the SEC. So here was XRP-BTC ratio in Bitcoin halving year. It went up, collapsed. This was it, the XRP, this was the SEC, right? Goes up, gets wrecked. And then what ends up happening is it comes back to where it basically was in the Bitcoin halving year. It actually has a wick above it. Interesting enough. Let's actually go on the weekly. I wonder, did it actually wick there for a week? Yes. So a few weeks, there we go. It comes back. It just keeps getting rejected. Big sellers end up coming out. Okay. And then pretty much that's what it does. See this? And it pretty much just starts grinding down. Looks like it's dead. And then it starts shooting back up. And we're ready to go. Hopefully this thing does crack on through for the cycle. I'm wondering what blockchain backer is going to do, but I do know he already said what is interesting, right? What he's done. It's nowhere near as bullish as you think. So what he's done is he's got a Fibonacci. He's started the Fibonacci from here, and he's gone down to the bottom, and he's like, okay, I'm getting out everything here. He's literally going to get out like everything around there. Which you're like looking at this chart, you're like, bro, you're an XRP maxi. You're just selling everything here. Doesn't matter. So, you know, that's what happens over time, man. Everyone gets really, really, really scared. I think you do get a chance to get out. You do, but yeah, it depends how much you believe. Now, friends, I want to give you a bit of juicy news here of what's been going on. So, Binance have apparently done another PulseChain hinting. Okay, Binance. Check it out. Look at this. Binance. No brainer. It's always Binance. Show me what's in your heart now. Teacher, draw a picture which is connected to your heart. Over here. So, see, friends, if we just saw one of these, okay, get it. But Binance, they have done like 10 references now to PulseChain, PDI, Richard Hart, all of that. They're similar images. And look, yeah, it could be the intern. It could be just an intern screwing with us. It could be. Maybe the intern is like, hey, I've got a full-time job posting for Binance. Maybe it's the same person, right? And they're in the PulseChain community. I don't know. I have no idea. But it could be that. It could be something more. It could be like a secret marketing campaign, which we've never seen before. Could be that as well, which is hopefully going to end with the PulseChain listing. We don't know. We don't know. Could be... that's why I said, is this the 10th reference to Richard Hart and PulseChain, or are we still on a weekend bender with Hunter Biden? So I want to know what you think when it comes to that, friends. Are we literally just hanging out in the White House toilets with Hunter Biden for way too long? You know, we're meant to be there for like 5 minutes, but we've been there for like 20. So when it comes to these as well, we don't even know how it's going to resolve, because you still need, it's not like if we had a listing now, it doesn't really change too much anything. No one cares. Okay, you need to do it when there's new people coming in and everyone's excited, which pretty much, you know, it's another way of saying we need Ethereum above 5,000 anyway. Now, in the true nature of keeping it family-friendly, racist, and a bit anti-Semitic and a bit bigoted here, so PulseChain core coins up 4-5 percentages. It's not enough to move the needle, really, because, you know, we slapped down 16% in a day. So we got to see these crank up. It's nice to see PDI as well recovering up about here. So everything's about hovering about the same. Go Pulse. By the way, man, if you guys on PulseX want me to keep covering, on PulseCoin list, you have the burn here, but I want to see the percentage. I want to see a nice number. Make it unique, because own GoPulse, and the only reason why everybody's going to GoPulse website is literally just for this number. Just to let you know, 7.54%, because no one knows how many billions or trillions or quadrillions of tokens, because there's 50,000 tokens out there. Not everybody knows or cares about the supply. I like this number. I report on this number every day. 7.54%. It keeps ticking up. the user supply keeps getting chewed up, which is awesome. That's removing the OA, okay? And remember, this is including the OA. So 7.54%, that's juicy. Very, very juicy. We keep pushing that, and it'll like keep accelerating how much the protocol has bought and burned as we move in the bull market. Let's go check out the PulseChain core coins as well. Literally still, man, I know it's just been like so forever stuck here. What are we waiting for? That business cycle, man, there's literally nothing we can do. Here is the linear dumping chart. And look, friends, here's the thing, right? A lot of people said, oh, is it a whale manipulating and the market maker or Richard doing that? It could be them, man. But here's the thing. They're only doing it because the business cycles screwed us. That's why. Okay, think about it like work, like they're tending to the field. You might say, how are they all tending to the field? Well, maybe they're like, hey, maybe they feel, maybe back here, maybe they felt, let's say I go back here and here, maybe they felt like that we're not recovering up yet fast enough. Like maybe the business cycle's not going up. ETH isn't where it should be. So they're like, hey, if we send this thing down, okay, you see where PulseChain is, half below SAC price? They think in their mind, they're like, you know what? It's better all these people are selling down here rather than if I push the price up to 3x SAC price and they get it out here, right? Because when we're ready to go, we can just zip up fast as well. The problem is no one's known how long it's going to take, right? It's been a very, very, very long time, but it is what it is. We just have to wait. And look, none of this will make any sense until we literally see the final one that just does that. Someone like this. And then I show you on the chart, I go, oh, wow, look, we're only able to do this. Why? Because all those people sold all their bags down here, right? Problem is, though, that's hindsight. Okay, but that's the risk we take, right? You can only look at stuff like this in hindsight. That's why if it works out, you get to change your life. That's basically the cost you have, the cost of living through market cycles like this together. But, you know, you'll be thankful for that cost later on once we do start to crank up. Just, you know, hopefully happens soon. Bitcoin dominance fans still waiting for this thing to pretty much show itself and its true flavor, true colors, waiting for Ethereum and ETH-BTC. A lot of people wondering as well, you know, where are we going to go from here? As always, you know, total guess job. But some people think, you know, pretty much we bottomed out just like every other way and we're ready to go for that next wave up. It's nice that ETH-BTC has made that thrust up. So if we're repeating 2017 fractal style, as Bitcoin runs up from here, altcoins start to go wild. If we're repeating that eventually there is a point like that. I know because no one's ever seen that. It's just Bitcoin goes up, everything's dead. Bitcoin goes up, everything's dead. But eventually one of these moves, Bitcoin goes up to its range, altcoins go like that. Then Bitcoin breaks its range and altcoins do the second wave. Remember, there's 100 days of every alt season. The first 50 is this walk up. The next 50 is literally the parabola. Okay, there is one of these phases that happens. That's pretty much what happens at the end. Okay, we still haven't seen that occur. So let's just pray that it happens soon. Like, subscribe, Betty Button, all. Catch you in the next one.